Hello everyone! Welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D. In this part we're going to be doing Woodfall Temple for realsies. So let's get started.
I said he was going to do 2 parts ago, but then got distracted. Look, the dogs were calling. They were calling!
Well, 2 parts ago I said I would do it last part. But then I didn't, because I'm a filthy liar.
Exactly.
And here we go, Woodfall Temple. Hey, look it, there's a fairy. So every dungeon has, and there's only 4 dungeons in this game. This game is mostly about side quests. I actually forgot they put a save spot in the middle, or in the beginning. That's nice. But how every dungeon works is there's 15 fairies that we have to get. I'm probably not going to use the bunny hood at all, so...
As well have the amazingly overpowered Deku Nuts. Utilize your powers to become the only thing more ugly than Deku Link.
Yep.
Tremble in fear!
And you do, for the most part, need this mask in general in order to finish, or to beat 100 all the dungeons and get all the fairies. I want to say Woodfall, there might be maybe some case in Woodfall where you could get away with it, but as soon as you get to Snowhead, which is the next temple we'll be doing, you 100% are going to need the, what's it called, the mask at that point, because there are some fairies that are straight up in places that you cannot get. There's another stray fairy, so there are 15 in every temple. And just for the record, guys, if we do manage to finish this temple in 1 part, this might be the only one that I'm going to be able to do in 1 part. If this part doesn't go on for, like, I don't know, 25
minutes. I have a timer going. Like, I'm sticking to what I said before. Like, if you, or somehow 30 minutes and you haven't even reached the mini-boss, that's it. I'm calling you there.
Absolutely fair. So one thing that I don't know, I didn't mention it, but her dreads, like her hair, not only will start like flailing in the non-existent wind, but there'll also be some sparkles around, like how they are now, to dictate that there are in fact fairies in the room. Huh, I wonder why. It's almost like this is the cause of the poison.
It's almost like it stinks because it's in the middle of a swamp. Go figure.
That too. I mean, it could be Spyro logic. Oh, this swamp used to be so beautiful. Yeah, I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
But yes, to dictate...
become slightly less ugly.
To dictate, though, whether or not there are, in fact, fairies... Oh, wow, that was... to dictate whether or not there are fairies in a room... You just
count his hearts off.
I thought that got rid of a heart.
It should, you would think. Like, if it's not a full-on death, you would think it would at least get rid of some health, but no.
Yeah, like falling down a pit, basically. Let's say, I think there was a fairy in one of these. And we already have 4 fairies. This is probably the only temple where we will have 4 fairies, or 5 fairies if we could technically shot that bubble.
Yeah, you're only 3.5 minutes into the timer so far. I mean, it's really like 3:50. I started the timer late.
I will say though, in advance, Mayo, this is an executive decision I'm making now. If I do finish this dungeon early, I will likely just end the part early because the next thing.
That's fine. Like maybe go and drop off fairies to the Great Fairy, and that's it.
Yeah, pretty much, because I plan to do the Skulltula house next, and that could be particularly lengthy. So. It's
turtles.
Turtles, but not with guns.
Okay. We need to introduce you to our good friend Bentley. He doesn't use, well, crossbow, close enough.
So, yeah, I mentioned this in an earlier part, I think the second to last part, when we were making our way to Woodfall. This is a way to kill enemies. This is the only way to kill these turtles, and you do need to kill them here to even leave the room, so... I think this is the only way to kill these guys, at least.
I'm pretty sure you can Because I don't think I figured this out the first time around. I don't remember what I did though. Like maybe I just attacked the head, or maybe it's bombs, Deku nuts. Like there's a few things that could have been.
I could see bombs working, which I'm about to use because this guy won't get under. Well, we did it, Mayo. That's it's the mini boss, clearly.
Oh yeah, clearly.
This should give us the map I'm gonna ask. No, I think this game is weird. I think this game is compass then map. Okay, never mind. I lied. Or maybe I'm thinking of
the other way around. Anyway, like I don't think they're too consistent.
Yeah, I always found it weird though. You would always think you'd get the map first, but for some games, or some templates,
no, like there's some like, especially prominent like the 2D Zelda games. I swear they do it all the time.
Oh yeah, I feel like the 2D Zelda games are probably the biggest offenders when it comes to map to compass ratio.
We haven't done any of those yet, but whenever we get around, like, Minish Cap has been on the front of my to-do list for like a year at this point, so it's gonna happen eventually.
I'm probably willing to do... I'm gonna regret saying this in the grand scheme of things, but I'd probably be willing to do the original Zelda at some point. I have played
Should I write you down for that?
If you're gonna write me down for the original Zelda, you should probably put me down for Zelda 2, which I am willing to play.
Oh, that's an even bigger mistake. But okay. What about Link to the Past? Because those three are kind of a
yeah, I can
together.
do that too. Also, this is you.
Oh. It's so late. I'm just sitting there. You
Oh, I thought you went through it all.
Yeah, I did. I just barely finished before you went out. I have the remake for Link's Awakening, so I could do that one. I haven't finished it. I went through a decent amount, though.
I love that game.
It's a good game. I wish it was a little better with its directions. That's weird. Basically the reason I haven't finished yet, is because I cannot figure out where to go.
You had to go home.
I mean, you know, I'm sure that's actually true.
I mean, yeah, given the actual game. It's funny because I was making a joke, but the joke ended up being...
I was saying, like, I personally, Mayo Doctor, had to go home.
Oh,
I didn't pick it up again when I got back.
Oh, or that. I mean, it technically works both ways when you really think about it. Welcome to philosophy with Yoga Doctor. Alright, I'm gonna do the Ocarina of Time trick, which is after I light one of these, I'm gonna immediately smack or take out my sword so I don't waste a Deku Stick. Even though this room is very lenient when it comes to those, because they have infinitely respawning.
It's like you would think they would have known about that glitch from Ocarina of Time, because people figured that out right away. But no.
And we get to flip again. Okay, maybe it's because I have the stick out that you don't flip, but I'm pretty sure you flip between these platforms. Ow! Sure. Also, those moths hurt you. Do you flip here? I swear you flip between these platforms. I guess not. Maybe it's just one platform. No? Okay, never mind. I'm just a filthy liar. As it turns out. Am I recording? I know this is a weird question to ask, but look. Oh, hey, look,
no.
You can read. I am recording, yes. And by that she means literal darkness. It's okay, we played that Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, I know, we're basically at the end of Cage 3 at this point.
So I think if I remember correctly, you had to light all of the things in here, and these guys, I think... Oh wait, no, I thought they were not resistant, but I thought they didn't like the light. I mean, it would make sense. Maybe they all die when those enemies are... Nope, never mind. I don't even know what these enemies are. Can I... Tattle, tell me.
It's a black hole! Stop down attack!
Look, there's...
Okay.
I don't know if that was RTX or your internet cutting you out. I'm gonna go with his internet because he's getting oddly quiet. Wait, let's keep going. Oh, your internet's back?
Nope.
Oh, well,
yes.
his internet isn't back.
Maybe. It's the screen share is at like 40p. It's really bad.
Ooh, 40p. That's my favorite quality.
If you have to tell us anything, I'm not gonna be able to read it. It's too low quality.
Luckily, I don't think Tata will have anything to say for it.
Yeah, and it's freezing on frames a lot.
Hey, on the bright side, I can hear you pretty fine.
Okay, good.
So one thing I do want to mention, I think I mentioned this actually the first part, I'll mention it again. The fairies are 3D in this game. It's pretty next-gen, I must say.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy, isn't it, Mayo? Also, Mayo mentioned this earlier, but yeah, these platforms are moving now, so... I don't know why the Deku Palace was a strange omission.
Yeah.
Actually, I think these platforms start moving, I think, once you first touch them, kind of like in the Deku Palace, but either way, it's like... It's really easy to fall. Like, where I fell the first time, because there was an enemy in the way, if you don't get rid of the enemies, you fall, then you have to do the platforming challenges as you're supposed to. Actually, I'm going to go back to that room real quick, actually, just to make sure I have all the fairies. I'm almost certain I did, but, you know, better safe than sorry. I did it. I love the music here, Mayo. It's like...
Oh, good job. You popped a nut. See, the nuts are amazing.
I honestly didn't know that worked. That was a literal just on-the-spot test, and I'm so happy it did.
Remember, nuts are amazing. Don't you dare say they're not.
Does this rise the platform? Oh no, okay, this just brings the ladder. I was like, what the heck does this do? Well, there you go. There's a shortcut back up here now.
It just phases ladders into existence, as you do.
Also, as I did get one of these, actually, does this work? No, didn't hurt to try. What about this? Yeah. Oh, never mind. Yeah. Don't never rule out these beehives. At least in this first dungeon, for having.
Honestly, even in general, like they're just things you should check.
Oh, I already have 10. There's only 5 left. I honestly forgot how short this dungeon is.
I did too.
And this is one of the mini-bosses. There's 2 mini-bosses, technically.
Yeah.
So you could beat him 2 different ways with the deep even, or you could just do this.
The Master Sword.
That was kind of sad. Not only the power of the Master Sword, but the power of Deku Nuts. Also, I will get Deku correct one of these days. There we go, the Hero's Bow. I think the other mini-boss has the compass. This was the, I guess you could say, the quote-unquote proper mini-boss. Oh, yeah!
Yeah, I stopped the timer. Like, once you get your item, that's the mini-boss, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Now I just gotta know where the bows are located. Majora's Mask inventory.
Seriously? Just leave it there!
Okay, it's, just 1 over.
It's not the N64 game. Get over it.
Never!
The N64 version had its time.
Yeah, well, apparently most people prefer that version still. Why is there no aiming reticle?
You don't really need it when you're playing on the console because gyro aiming, but...
Yeah. Not to be confused with the food gyro.
You do you. You can use if you want. I won't judge.
Yeah, true. So speaking of gyro, or not gyro, I don't know. Screw gyros. What I was actually going to say is that I think this is the game that has that the weird... Did I get all the stuff in here? I did, okay. And here's the second mini-boss. This one, I think, just gives you the compass. But anyways, the compass in this game, if memory serves, they all come very late in the game. Or not in the game, but in the dungeon.
Deku Nut OP, please nerf.
No, literally, Mayo. Ever since what's it called? Ever since
Ocarina, yeah.
Ever since we saw you go through Ocarina, I refuse to like ever underestimate Deku Nuts.
Like they're amazing.
I never thought that they were like bad per se, but I never thought they were this good.
I mean, they've been memed over for so many years. Like this crap, I was like, no, they're amazing.
Oh yeah, they're amazing.
Like, probably my unironic favorite item, like outside of like the core items, like his sword. And honestly, even then, like I'd probably take a Deku Nut over a shield. It saves me more times than a shield. I'll tell you that.
Sometimes you'll even use your shield. Looking at you, Ocarina of Time and Skyward Sword, to a lesser extent. I say to a lesser extent, though, in theory, it is much easier to break your shield than Skyward Sword, but I was one of the few people that never really had that problem.
I didn't get far enough where I had to worry about that. I only really played the first dungeon.
Alright, guys, you see this frog here? Later in the game, we're gonna have to repeat this boss for the frog. Oh, wait, no, the big key is here. Not the compass. Where the hell is the compass, then?
Oh, actually, isn't there... Get that arena.
There is still another room. Did I completely ignore that room? I think I did. Oops. I might just be stupid. I know the room it's in. But yeah, these frogs here, we'll come to them later.
Sadly, there's no choir this time.
Nope. Sadly, Mayo isn't a doctor. Just kidding, he is a doctor.
I'm just a dur.
Durdly. So technically we only have 2 rooms left. Just want to toss that out there. This is a little lower than I'm giving it credit for.
Yeah, that fire goes out a lot more than you would probably think.
Alright, so that's the first puzzle regarding this, this bad boy. We're gonna do a flip, though, in a second. You ready for this, man? You ready to see this flip?
Flip, flip, flip! That's not a flip. That's a flip.
The worst part of this dungeon right here.
Honestly, yeah. It's the waiting.
Technically, you could constantly readjust yourself to not have to wait, but, you know, don't do that. There we go. There's also a switch.
There you are.
So now we go to the last room. But there are still... There's a switch here, as you guys saw, and we need to get that compass. So, yep. Do that real quick. Deku Link can't press that switch, by the way, that we're about to go to.
Yes, because apparently being ugly also means you aren't allowed to press switches.
Yeah. Oh, blue, you can press blue switches. I think this just brings the chest, which gives us another fairy, if I'm not mistaken. Oh.
And you went for another. You were very close to forming a nosedive into the ground.
Honestly, I thought
that's still a thing.
I thought that Link was gonna actually nosedive into the ground and take damage, which would have been hilarious.
He doesn't take damage. He should.
I mean, if you fall from a great enough height,
fall
you
damage
can
at
take
that
the
point.
damage. Yeah. Alright, there's 11. We're about to get our 12th one in this room. I don't know if you need to make the water not poison to get this, but I generally always wait for the water to be not
I would
poison.
wait on it.
Yep. So there is a. Actually, did they move it?
Sneaky bugger underneath the block, right?
Yeah, did they move it
unless
in
they
this
moved
version?
it.
I don't see it.
It was there in the institute. I don't either. Just go down there anyway, check, I guess.
Oh wait, no, they did change it. Interesting.
Okay, maybe. Well, keep going. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I need to have this mask out in every room now. This is where the compass is, though. Ow. Did I just get hit by the dead body, or was that the other guy that hit me?
That was the other one.
Okay, yeah, because I couldn't tell. It's like, huh, interesting. And then this should be the compass. I think I could have entered this room earlier, and I was just oblivious.
You absolutely could have, yeah.
Wow! It's the compass! Alright, so let's look at it real quick. Our dungeon map.
At this point, it's pretty pointless, but it's there. There's still 2 rooms you haven't been to. They both look like they might be the same room, just 2 different floors.
They are. I don't think all 4 fairies are in that one room. I know 3 are at least.
I know there's at least 2 in there.
I believe there's 3. They could have moved the one that was in here, though, over to there. What I'm gonna do real quick is I'm just gonna go through this upper section again, just to be safe. Let me do notes also. Make sure there's none in here again, because I did get the one in here. Ooh, we get to do this platforming challenge again. Fun! Right here? Nope. Alright, let's build these. Gosh, it really is throwing me off how low these arrows shoot at.
They go in a pretty straight line. Just follow the line from the arrow.
Yeah, but that requires precision, something I'm not good at. Haven't you seen my
That sounds like a you problem.
I'm gonna use ice arrows on the final boss, and it's gonna be all your fault.
Shame there's no hover boots in this game.
Oh, true. That was horrible. Especially because you were... It was horrible, but it was great because you were flying all over the place.
Well, it was the best.
So I'm gonna check 2 rooms real quick. Firstly, this room. Alright, I have everything here. Perfect. Well, I guess 3 rooms, because this room is by proxy. Check. Okay, we've got everything in here. Let's just refill on stuff. Let's check this room again.
Nah, you're good.
Yeah. Usually there's nothing in these like little boss rooms, but it doesn't hurt to check. I'm not gonna check the other boss room though. Excuse me?
I would just go to the room you haven't been to yet. It's probably in there.
It probably is, but I'm just being extra safe. I guess I'm just super doubting myself because they moved one fairy, which I don't know why they moved that one. It's not like he was particularly annoying or hard to get.
It was really hard to spot in the original. That was something that I always thought, like, as someone that didn't grow up on the game, I really needed that very particular.
I definitely understand that, but at the very least,
especially given it's the first dungeon in the game, it should not have been there.
The game, though, I guess in respect to the game, though, it does give more of a reason for the mask.
Yeah, but I would kind of think you don't really need the mask here, like, or that's the idea at least. So you're not supposed to need it yet. It helps if you have it, obviously, but...
Yeah, but I do think this is the only dungeon in the game that you actually don't need the mask at all to grab all the fairies. Alright, so there's one right here, and there's going to be one on the other side. Destroyed.
Like, destroy every blade of grass, you never know.
I think there was one I just saw in here, too.
Okay, no, there is 3 more. Okay, so they put them all in here.
Yeah, they must have put them all in here. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure there's another
One
one
of them's in the
in
fire.
there. Yep. Okay, so for some reason they decided to put it in here of all places. Okay, I mean, I'm sure. I feel like they probably could have put it in a more conspicuous location. Maybe put like a new beehive somewhere or something.
Fine, again, first dungeon.
I don't think bubble works on bubble. It's time to try it. Never mind.
Maybe if it was a little closer.
You know what does work though? Flashbang.
Try setting the fire out.
Look fine.
That's right.
Flashbang.
Okay, so you should probably get it before. And at the low price of being ugly for a few moments, you can get the final fairy.
And I can no longer be ugly. I don't think re-hitting the crystal does anything, so I'm gonna let it.
It just.
You know what? Maybe I will try it. Let's see if it does anything. No.
Nope.
Alright, I'm giving it 10 seconds. 10. 5. 4. 3. There we go.
7. Okay. Okay, Yogaidr, we are really good at counting, and we are absolutely, definitely not morons. Just look at our morons test videos.
Top 10 videos on our channel. Number 10 moron test.
All 3. They're all number 10.
Precisely. Oh yeah, you had to go from the other side. This room was actually, when I was younger, was really hard for me to figure out. I don't know why. My brain never processed go to this left side over here. I think it's because after I collected the fairy, I was like, oh, I have no need to, what's it called? I have no need to go over back to this section, because that was the entire point of the Deku Flower, right? Nah. Actually, I should be able to shoot it. Oh, I was about to say, never mind, but the explosion apparently hit the hitbox ever so slightly. Look, it's so misleading. It feels like the, I've always felt like the propellers here, whatever you want to call them, have been, like, are a little misleading. Or, like, this entire floating mechanic, because it feels like you're never going to make so many things. Like, right there, at a cursory glance, like, I know I was going to make it, but it felt like I wasn't going to make it. Alright, time for the first boss.
Don't you dare ask me to pronounce his name. Or any of their names, really.
It's Oldalwa.
You see what I mean?
To be fair, Twin Mold is probably the only one that's easy. Well, okay,
Twin Mold is fine.
Adalwa.
I would agree if I hadn't seen how it's spelled.
There are multiple ways to do this boss.
You can go Deku and use the flowers. Basically, you just have to deal damage and time. That's it.
Yep. But every version of the bosses are different. Where technically, I don't think I'm dealing damage right now. Oh yes, give me the most broken item. I don't think I'm technically doing damage yet, because I think technically you have to wait till he has, what's it called? His eyeball exposed, because they decided to give every boss in this game an eyeball for some reason.
They needed large exposed weak points. Clearly this was the Skyward Sword team mindset. Every boss needs a very obvious weakness.
Which is really weird.
Especially funny because Breath of the Wild didn't do that. He just attacked wildly. And all of them.
Charge. Get out of here, bugs. Give me a rupee. So also, I do think you can lure him under the Deku parts, the little plants, I believe.
Oh yeah, easily.
Where is his eyeball? Or is it just on the back of his head?
It's in the head. You have to wait till they expose it.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it's how it works for all the bosses. You have to wait for it to be exposed.
I actually feel like they made this boss harder in this version of the game. I know people would think otherwise, but I always thought in the 64 version, once you understand how he works, he's very, very easy to exploit. This one, you actually have to like wait for openings and stuff like that.
I would still say he's pretty easy here.
Yeah, I think
it feels like it's making it harder than it is.
So it's funny, right?
If you do the Deku method, like the game clearly intends for you, it's very easy still.
Yeah, and it's really funny though, because I actually was gonna say that I actually find this boss easy in general, and that's compared to just most people. Most people, for some reason, found Odalwa to be difficult, which is very bizarre to me. I just want to see if bombs work.
By first boss standards, I guess it's hard. But...
yeah, you know, that much I can agree with.
If I'm comparing, let's say, to Queen Goma, then yeah, okay, fine, fair.
Yeah, but honestly, anything's easier than Goma, so how fair is that assessment?
Anything's easier than Goma? I didn't realize Goma was so difficult. Yes, something you'd like to talk about?
No, I meant like what it's, in Goma's defense, who's easier than Goma? Or Goma's not defense, actually. So, I don't know. I'm just trying to say words and it's not working. Send help. Oh, Dalwar, are you tired? You know, if I could shoot him mid-air, that'd be great.
Nope, it's not Breath of the Wild yet.
I mean, I technically could if I was very smart. Okay, you know what? I'll fight you the way the game wants me to. Which, for the record, guys, if you want to beat him easy, do this.
Okay, most broken item in the game.
So yeah, technically the way I was doing it was the complicated way. That's always the way I've always fought Odalwa, like ever since even the first game. Or the original game is what I meant to say.
I mean,
and look at,
you can brute force him if you want. Clearly not how he was intended to be fought, but you can.
Honestly, brute forcing him, I would say, is doing it the Deku way. Which is the way you should be doing it, mind you guys. I'm just funny and do it a weird way. Also, look at my rupee count. That's how funny I am.
65.
His quality is so bad that I actually wouldn't doubt if it says 60. It looks like it says 65.
Now it says 71.
No, it says 70. It was at 69.
But yeah, my quality is awful. I can't see any of the numbers on that screen.
Yep, and we're gonna do this real quick. Swap out the mask right here, and then I'm probably gonna get my Deku nuts back. Alright.
Don't undervalue the power of nuts.
And my controller unplugged. Hopefully that didn't cause a problem. I think it did. I seized Odalwa's remains. Why is this the only game where me pressing the touch screen doesn't fix the thing?
This is a Nintendo game on the DS or 3DS. Like, it should progress it.
Yeah, that really is a weird thing. Alright, I'm going to pause up recording real fast, guys, just so I can fix the recording. I don't want you guys to listen to us do that again. So, be right back in a moment. And we're back. I hope you guys grabbed some popcorn in the nanosecond that we were gone. In doing so, you freed the innocent spirit that was imprisoned within this dark man. Innocent?! Well, now you're just
sure
lying.
about that?
Also, I just want to say how it's really funny how the mask is extra detailed, like the mask part is, but the gems aren't because you don't really need to detail them out. So it's like very noticeable when you have the game blown up. Like the difference in quality between the textures, because one is they tried to make it super up, like, you know, as graphically good as they could, more or less. But
yeah.
And then, meanwhile, the other one only has like a simple texture that does the job.
Yes.
Totally.
So now we're in Dreamland. Don't ask me where this is. Other than that, I am not going to give you an answer.
Now we get to meet the best characters ever.
What's that?
It's me, Grandpa. These things are horrifying, by the way. But they're also very funny. Did Mano die again?
I'm not dead, but I'm dying. Like, the internet is barely holding on, so if I have to stop, like, just take over. So,
Okay.
Wait! Lipsies! Listen! Lipsies! Something Lipsies! That's sort of melody. I'm just there!
Nah, I don't want my instrument.
That game, you almost made a triangle.
Wow. The real question, Mayo, is do I at one point show what happens when you don't have all the giants ready?
I actually don't know what happens. I would assume what happens is that they can't keep the moon up and it's just a regular game over at that point.
They just can't keep the moon up and then you just have to go back in time. It gives you time. It's
Exactly.
just they just come in and they can't hold it up. And it's just like, oh shit. Yeah, we gotta go back in time. There we go. We learned the oath to order. Look at my mustache. This is me. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Now you have to actually say the line. That's what it's saying.
My net's too dead. I don't think I can.
It's fine, but hopefully in the future
can't
parts it
read
doesn't
it.
happen. Because that was funny.
I have a speed test going right now. My download right now is 0.4.
Ooh!
I cannot see anything going on.
Dang, man, you got some good internet.
I hate it.
I just realized we have to save Comatose again. I'm just gonna call her Comatose. I wonder if Mayo's able to read this one.
I can't see it.
Got 4 people Tail talked about. You think one of them was the spirit with sealed inside the mask? It's definitely a Tattle's voice. Oh
yeah.
Hey, you were pretty good there. Have you done this before or what? Well, you see, technically I went forward in time and then backward in time multiple times, and now we're back in time, but also forward in time, but also back in time. Now, just keep up the pace and save the other 3. Hey, all that stuff I did to you, yours, I apologize. Sorry. There.
Did you?
Apologize.
That's it! Give me your wings! Come over here!
Don't hold it against me, okay?
No, get back here!
Now,
You're right now.
hurry and help that princess the monkey mentioned. Well, actually, we went back in time, so technically speaking, yeah, he doesn't know about us.
The monkey is not being tortured, but is still being locked up, so...
True. After all that, our next stop is the mountains. Gotta do something about that Skull Kid. Also, if you want, you can completely ignore bringing the princess back here. They have a cutscene implying that you should, but you can literally just not do it.
I mean, all you really needed to do was get the order. Like, that's really it.
Yep. What? Who are you? Oh, there's my girl voice today. Oh, Yoga Doctor. Oh, pleased to meet you. I'm the Deku Princess. I'm a girl.
Oh no, it's April May again. Oh no.
Don't worry, if my chance asked by that monkey to come save me. Just as I suspected. You see, her body smells a little bit like monkey. Okay, that's bullshit, lady, because I went back in time. Or maybe she realizes I'm returning back to monkey.
Odors travel across time.
She may be just realizing I'm returning back to monkey. So the monkey made it back after all. That's good. Oh, my voice does not want to go high pitched today. Like I can feel it in my throat. I was worried that when I didn't come home, my father would think that monkey had kidnapped me. I mean, you know, that definitely didn't happen. Was worried.
As it so happens, he thinks that we kidnap you.
I was worried that my father would even go as far as to punish the poor monkey. Well, luckily the punishment has yet to happen in this timeline. Double ellipses, don't tell me. Are you serious? His father actually doing that? Yet another hasty decision, father. You know, I'm honestly surprised that once we bring the princess back, he doesn't blame us for kidnapping the princess.
You would think he would.
You got the princess, you kidnapped her, punishment! Whoa, we haven't any time to lose. Quickly, Mr. Yoga Doctor, can you please find something to carry me in so you can take me to the Deku Palace? Translation, put me in a bottle.
Because, you know, that makes sense.
In the game's defense, it does clearly hint at it being in a bottle, it just doesn't make any sense. Here you go.
Inclined to disagree, but just one of those things where it's like, you would use it as a, well, what else could possibly fit in? It's process of elimination, which is not a great method for explaining things. At the very least, though, it does say, can you put me inside something? And I guess, you know, you do put things in bottles. You know, you put the Deku Princess in a bottle. Exactly. It's process of elimination. But she says she'll be fine if you hurry. Well, I mean, I could just have her in the bottle forever. Yeah, Mr. Yoga Doctor, there's no time to lose. Hurry, take me to the palace. Yeah, I'm sorry, lady. I got a few other things I need to do. Oh, actually, no. I would save, what's her name? The old hag, but I actually do need this bottle to do that. So, yeah, I'm probably going to rescue her first, but I'll save that in the next part. Before we end this part, though, I do want to quickly go to the ferry. Mostly so I don't forget, because me in particular, I don't know if Mayo ever had this problem, but I have a very bad tendency of just forgetting to deposit the ferries. You not played this game? My issue isn't forgetting to deposit them. My issue is I never know where the thing is. I think this one is the only one in the game that you directly see before the temple. The other ones, you definitely have to go out of your way to figure out. Though I think Snowhead is the closest it comes to possibly finding, just because it's on the bottom of the mountain that you already have to go to anyway. So if you just walk around it on the right side instead of the left side, you'll see the entrance. Oh god. Oh, no, no. Oh god. Oh no. Why is he on like the other one, but now it sounds green. I'm the great fairy of wisdom. Thank you for returning my broken and shattered body to normal. As next, I shall enhance your magic power.
So this was changed. In the original game, you did not get the enhanced magic here. So, what did you get? I don't even remember.
You got the sword technique. They swapped the snowhead and the ball ability.
Oh, okay. Your magic power has been enhanced, so you now have twice as much. It's okay, though, because I prefer twice as much magic over the sword technique. Though, at the same time, the sword technique is very nice, because it's your spin, but double the size, which is nicer than you may think. But, you know, you're going to have more use for the grand scheme of things with double magic, so yeah. Come over and see how you have come by wearing this. I hate her. She scares me. Yeah, she,
Well, let's just hope the day never comes where we have to play a Legend of Zelda game with Great Fairy as the main character. That would be terrifying.
I almost want to say Hyrule. She is in Hyrule Warriors.
She's in Hyrule Warriors, but she's not a main character.
Ah, okay.
She's technically not a playable character. She's a weapon for Link.
Ah, yeah. But she does have...
Age of Calamity does it different.
But she does have her, if I'm not mistaken, she does do the N64 design, right? Like they gave her the N64 design?
I don't think so. I think it's its own unique design, which is what they did for basically every other character. So, checks out.
Yeah, dude, Ganon looks awesome. Alright, well, in the next part...
I mean, I think they all look.
Oh, yeah, I do have, like, all
official designs.
Yeah, so in the next part, though, we will be dropping off the Deku Princess and starting a whole swath of side quests, if possible. I don't know if I'm able to do... I might not be able to, because it's very late in game time, but I might be able to squeeze in the 3-day ones. That's really pushing it, so we'll see.
You're pushing hard.
Yeah, I might not.
I would just reset the day cycle if you're gonna do that.
Yeah, true. But yeah, so in the next part we will deposit the Deku Princess and do some other side quests at the very least. So we'll be next part will be a side quest part for sure. If I had to guess, the Skull Tool House is going to take out the big bulk of things. So yeah. All right, see you guys then. Chicken tenders.
All toast, toast, toast.